Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio, where we are here to nourish our souls. I'm Norah Brazil, the host of this program, Pages of Hope. I hope everybody's been having an absolutely wonderful week. And even though it might have been difficult some days and some moments, and then sometimes, that by God's grace and by God's love, that we have overcome every obstacle little by little. Dear friends, I'm actually going to check to make sure that I am online. Um, so give me 1 minute. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. We will have a very interesting. Okay. All right. All right. I actually have music in the background. If somebody is there and happens to hear it, you can let me know if you can hear it. If not, that's all right. Hi, dear friend Juliana. Thank you so much for being here. A huge hug all the way to Uruguay, who also has a beautiful, beautiful project there, mission with the Hajj Espírita Uruguay. So thank you so much, dear sister, for being here today. All right, dear friends. So let's begin today's lesson with a beautiful prayer to find our intentions for today. Dear Mother, Father, God, thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. Thank you for the blessings of these beautiful technologies and everybody here together. As we begin today's short and interactive lesson, we want to thank you so much for that. And so be it. All right. So we have something a little bit different today. And about, was it this past, I think, yeah, this past Saturday, Dr. Anceloni was actually offering a serenity workshop, and I had the blessing of being there. And in this workshop, which was great, there was actually a little questionnaire. And so that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to look at this questionnaire that the Spiritist magazine offers to learn a little bit about ourselves. So I'm going to share my screen. Um, yep, okay. And let's see. All right. So of course I have to check here. Okay, I think I. Of course I have to check here. I think I pressed the wrong ones, dear friends. Give me 1 minute. This is the better one. See, that's why I have to check. Oh my god. Check here. I think I pressed the wrong ones, dear friends. Give me 1 minute. Here we go. Okay, so this particular questionnaire, it's actually found in Spiritist magazine, issue 31. So this is back in 2015. All right, so that's the way that the cover looks, which I love the cover because it's very relatable to our times. But the actual article that we're going to look at is in this page. It's page 23, and it's entitled Test Your Self-Knowledge. And I love these little questionnaires, these little surveys, because it really stops us to just take deep breaths and find a little bit more about yourself. And, when I was doing the one in the Serenity workshop with Dr. Vanessa Saloni, it was incredible because when I got the results, I was like, oh my gosh, that's really me, right? So, again, this is what everybody has a different intention. And so I encourage you, dear friends, to take the little assessment. I'm going to take it here with you guys. So I have my notebook and my pencil. Okay. And this test is an adaptation of its original, published in the Brazilian Spiritist magazine, Ser Espírita, issue 6. So, why is it good for us to do these self-tests, these little questionnaires? And the article states, in the Spirit's book, right, question and answer 919, we have come to know that self-knowledge is the most effective means for improving ourselves and for resisting the draw of evil. To raise awareness of the importance of self-knowledge, Spiritist Magazine has published this little test, self-knowledge, to help anyone who would like to start the process. So, this is the way it is. We have 10 questions. So I'm going to go through every question. I'm going to read the question and the selections because this is also recorded at the Kardec radio. So people who are not able to see the screen, they can listen to it. And I'm actually going to write my selections. All right. So, for example, number 1, are you a body or do you have a body? A, I am a body. B, I have a body. Or C, I don't know. So I'm going to put answer B. All right. So then I write B. But you can do this in your head, in your heart, or you can also write. Okay. So that's how it's going to go until we reach to the 10 questions. And then we will talk about this. All right. Number 2, if you have a body, who are you? 1, I am energy. 2, I am spirit. Or 3, I don't know. Give you a couple of seconds to write down your answer. All right. Number 3, if you are a spirit, what is the definition of spirit? 1, a living being. 2, an intelligent being of the universe. Or 3, I don't know. All right. Next question. Number 4. If you are a spirit, does everything end when you die? 1, yes, everything ends when I die. 2, no, my body dies, but I keep on living. Or 3, I don't know. It's getting deeper, huh, friends? All right. Number 5, how long does a spirit live? A, it lives until it learns everything it needs. B, it lives forever since it is immortal. Or C, I don't know. What do you guys think, dear friends? What are you putting as your answers? All right. All right. Number 6. If you keep on living after death, will you possibly reincarnate on earth? A, no, because we can only be born once. B, yes, I may reincarnate many times. Or C, I don't know. I'm going to put, I'll tell you my answers. I'm going to put B right now. I wish we were in a classroom so that you could be more interactive, right? So you can share your results. All right. Number 7. If you reincarnate, could you choose where to be born and what you will be? A, yes. B, it depends both on my level of evolution and my readiness. Or C, I don't know. If you reincarnate, could you choose where to be born and what you will be? All right. Let's go to the next question. Question 8. If you reincarnate, could you choose your parents? A, yes. B, it depends on my readiness and usefulness of it. Or C, I don't know. And again, dear friends, if you're writing this down or you're just mentally taking in these questions and answers, there is no right or wrong answer. It's whatever comes from the heart. All right. All right. We got 2 more questions. Question number 9. If you can choose your parents, will there be a waiting time? This is a very good question. A is no. B, it depends on the circumstances. Or C, I don't know. So for me on this one, I'm choosing B because we do know, right? But I know there's a part of me too is like, well, I don't really know, right? There's so many factors, but all right. And let's go to the last question of our little self evaluation, which is, should you rush to reincarnate? Haha, good question. A, yes. B, no. Since I am an immortal being, I can continue to learn in either side of life. Or C, I don't know. Wow, this is a very good question, right? We're always rushing to get things, especially here in our society, fast food and all these things. But this is different. I'm going to go ahead and choose. I keep choosing B. All right. So that completes our really awesome 10 questionnaire self evaluation. I encourage you, dear friends, to go into the Spiritist Magazine, issue 31, because you can look at these questions and use these questions in your study groups, right? So now, what do the results mean? So for me, okay, since I'm doing this, I wish we were in a classroom and some of you would share. I pretty much got all B's. And let me tell you, I was like, how can I get all B's? Um, when that's like, is that a trick question, right? But it's not, right? Let's look at the results. It says here, if majority of your answers were either A or C, you will enjoy reading the spirits book and attend a spiritist study group to complement your understanding about important existential questions. If the majority of your questions were B, we would hope you're already part of a Spiritist study group so you can deepen even more your knowledge about yourself and life. So now you get an idea of which ones were you choosing the most. So I'm being vulnerable here, sharing my answer, so I will fall under this right here, right? So I am very grateful that I am deepening my knowledge with a lot of different study groups out there. So, dear friends, this is the awesome study for today. And before we move on to the next thing, I want to say three things about why it is so nice for us to take these um, evaluations, right? Not only, well, number one, it's because Allan Kardec is a great role model in this. The Spirits book and even all the five books, the codifications, it's always that questioning, right? Questioning, right? But he also had to do that with himself. And so that's number one. So when we take our time to find a little bit more about ourselves and do these questionnaires, it's really helping us. Item number two, if you notice at the results from this, none of them were like, you're not spiritual, or you don't belong in spirituality, or there's right or wrong. There's really none of that. And we know that everybody is in the different stages in their evolution. And so some of these, like there was one where it's like, I know that spiritism tells me, oh, I'll go back as I remember, like this one, I do know that there's a lot of things that depends on the circumstances, but I'm still a part of me. Like I don't know, right? So there might be some where it was so tricky. There was another question for me, um that it was like, if you have a body, who are you? I am energy and I'm spirit, and I was stuck between the first two, right? So some of these, there's just indicatives of where we're at, but there's really no right or wrong answer. I'm gonna put music here again, dear friends. All right, so in this program we always end with a lovely poem, right? And so this takes us to the third thing about this, which is being proactive. Because the fact that we sit here, if you were actually looking through the questionnaire, you actually took your time to answer the questions, or if you're going to do it on your own, or any other kind of questionnaire to get to know yourself more, right? You're being very proactive in the process of your growth. In this poem, it's super short and it's like a 5 chapter poem, which I think it's lovely, right? Poetry is short and to the point, and it's an autobiography. And as we read these 5 chapters of the poem, let's look how this person in this poem was very proactive in this processing without judgment or anything. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I am in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Final chapter. I walk down another street. So we see how every chapter is this indication of this person growing and learning through the experience, evolving. But notice how at the end of each stanza, right, there was this awareness, there was this change that was happening. And we can say that that's what this person constantly had to do, question ourselves. What's going on? Let's study. Let's read the Spiritist books or other books, right? Andre Luis, there's so many varieties. And let's be okay if it's a trial and error. If we make mistakes, we pick ourselves up. No judgment. Look at the questionnaire. There is no right or wrong. It's just a matter of where we're at, how we can get better and improve. All right, dear friends. So I'm going to stop sharing. All right. So this is the study for today, a very different study. And we're going to say our prayer to end this beautiful session. Dear Mother, Father, God, thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. Thank you, and thank you. And that as we leave this evening or whatever time anyone is listening to this message, that you bless every single being with your beautiful, beautiful love, and that we continue to share all the beauty and all the love that we have acquired and that we continue to grow. Thank you so much for this beautiful acknowledgement that we can look into ourselves and we can continue to grow. In your lovely name and Mother Mary, thank you so much for allowing us to be touching in those emotions, to that emotional side of ourselves, to be um, introspective and sensitive and showing grace to ourselves. With that, we ask permission to end this beautiful program, dear friends. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Juliana. Thank you so much. And everyone else, have a lovely weekend. Until next time, same place, same time. And please don't forget to watch other videos here at Kardec Radio. We're here to nourish ourselves. Bye bye.